You're right. To tell what her function in the story is or why she's actually here, but I can't shake the horrifying feeling that her presence is laying the groundwork for another Alien vs Predator movie, or God help us, an entire cinematic universe of this crap.
Oh man.
Oh God. Oh man. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. So this week I'm gonna be doing some late uploads and everything. So because my wife is actually out of town, seeing a few friends, whatever, and then I'm actually hanging on back and watching the kids and whatnot. And also I'm getting a new job and everything soon. So I'm going to be trying to transition a little bit, trying to do things here and there, etc., etc. So today we'll be watching The Critical Drinker. This title could be called The Predator Badlands. And he says, LOL, what? So I've been hearing a lot of things going on saying that this is going to be like another a political move when it comes to the Predator franchise. I've seen the trailer. I didn't honestly I honestly didn't see anything wrong with it, but I really did like the one scene right in the trailer where they actually had given an Easter egg of the alien from the Independence Day back in the 90s, showing that they're all connected into one. So I do love a little connections here and there, a little crossovers and all that good stuff. Feel like I'm actually dragging this intro really long. I don't know why I am. But anyways, I'm here to see what the Critical Drinker is talking about and see if I am agreeing to or not. But again, at the end of the day, it's everyone's opinion, so it's not really that serious, for real. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
If there's an IP out there with even a hint of gas left in the tank, they will ride that thing until the wheels fall off. And probably keep going for several more miles, leaving a trail of sparks and flaming wreckage in their wake. And two of the biggest IPs to fall under their dark influence during the Fox merger were Aliens and Predator, both icons of pop culture that boast at least, two good movies each. And well, we've already seen how that turned out for Aliens.
Get away from her. You bitch.
What? Which alien movie was that? That man sound like me. I can't even speak. That man sounded like me whenever I'm trying to speak, trying to give out of a last great line. Yo, that's hilarious.
Well, we've already seen how that turned out for Aliens.
Get away from her. You bitch.
Predator, though, is a bit more complicated. The surprise success of Prey on Disney Plus, and damn man, they must have regretted not giving that one a theatrical release, seems to have convinced them that there's plenty more mileage to be gotten out of the Predator franchise.
Yeah, first of all, I want to apologize in advance for apologizing so much. Prey was really good. I really hate the fact that they had took it straight to streaming instead of actually taking it to a theatrical, because they didn't even have any faith into this movie. But yeah, it was really good.
Prey on Disney Plus, and damn man, they must have regretted not giving that one a theatrical release, seems to have convinced them that there's plenty more mileage to be gotten out of the Predator franchise. And so, the floodgates have opened and the sludge is in full flow. Case in point, Predator Badlands, an upcoming standalone movie from Dan Trachtenberg, the same guy who directed Prey. The first teaser dropped a few days ago and everyone was abuzz about one thing. Okay, look, I know that appearances can be deceptive and sometimes the VFX are a bit unfinished in shots like this and blah blah blah. But holy shit, was this a mistake? How is it that a high-profile movie made in 2025 somehow looks less convincing than a mid-budget sci-fi action flick from the 1980s? I mean, just take a moment to look at the original Predator from 1987. Look how much detail there is here. Look at the droplets of water on its skin, the complex markings and patterns across its face, the deep-set eyes that are barely visible, the jaw mandibles moving and twitching, the long tentacles hanging hanging down around its heads. It's an incredible piece of creature design and complex animatronics that's just as iconic and alien and terrifying as the xenomorphs were. Then look at old Lumpy here from Badlands.
Okay. I do get what he is saying. I mean, the similarities are different though, but like, again, this is just a trailer though. So like trailers are going to be like showing like a sneak peek of what they actually are working on. So hopefully they can actually polish it up. Shoot, honestly, it kind of reminded me of the Fantastic Four trailer when Johnny Storm was flying right into space. The shot from the first trailer to the second trailer, him flying towards the Silver Surfer, it was a different shot. Like the background, it was different. The shading, the graphics, it was different though. So this is probably like another sneak peek on like say, hey, it looks like this, but we are going to polish it up. Maybe so. Is it lazy? Yeah, but as far as like budgeting wise, I do get it, but I don't know, because the marketing from these recent movies have been really like slacking for the past few years. I will say that though. I will say that.
Design and complex animatronics that's just as iconic and alien and terrifying as the xenomorphs were. Then look at old Lumpy here from Badlands. It looks like something that just wandered in from the set of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. The skin's all rubbery and out of focus. There's no surface detail or droplets of water or smears of dirt or anything at all to indicate that this thing is actually physically present. Also, why in the name of holy fuck does it have a side shave? I mean, you understand that those things growing out of the side of the predator's head aren't actually hair that can be cut and styled like human hair, right? Showing it in broad daylight was also the worst possible decision because every visual flaw and shortcoming is exposed for the whole world to see. Look, I'm under no illusions about the original prosthetic either, right? There's a very obvious reason why movie monsters like this and the xenomorphs are usually shown in darkness. All those shadows and pale moonlight help to hide the moving parts, disguise the fact that it's basically just a stuntman in a rubber suit, and make the whole thing look a whole lot more intimidating than it probably was. That's fine, it's part of the magic of filmmaking, and it worked. Filmmakers back then understood the visual limitations of the tools they were working with, and found ways to enhance them instead of undermining them. Anyway, I digress, let's talk about the trailer itself. The plot, as far as I understand it, is that a young predator has been banished from his homeworld for being retarded or something, and ends up on some remote planet where he teams up with a Weyland-Yutani android to take down the biggest, baddest monster in the area to prove himself worthy of a place amongst his own people again. In a nutshell, the Predator is now the protagonist of the movie this time around.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I mean, I'll at least give them credit for doing something a bit different with this one. There's only so many times you can pit a group of guys with guns against a lone predator that kills them off one by one while they slowly come to grips with the enemy that they're facing, and conceptually it's a neat idea to mix things up a little and flip the dynamic here. I'm just not entirely convinced that an 8-foot tall monster whose entire vocabulary consists of and shit happens is the kind of...
Wait, it can speak English? Well, anyways, but like, I do like the direction they are doing. Like, if the director from Prey does the same format, or like he has like the same formula into this movie, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I don't think it's gonna be bad. Now, I never knew those tentacles, those mandibles on top of their head isn't really their hair. Can someone in the comment section like explain to me like what are those actually are for? Because I always thought that those were just hair. I mean, that just goes to show how I'm not really like in depth into the Predator or alien lore or whatever. I only saw the movies and then just, you know, a bit and a fan of on how they actually look. But honestly, at first, when I first saw the Predator, I thought it was a woman. I mean, it looked less masculine in a sort of way due to the fact that it has like, you know, the whole buzz cuts on the sides, whatever and such. I don't know, because it kind of looks like what's that one character from Enchanto? Was it the sister that was always strong, whatever? Hey, so this is Eden Russell. She actually looks like Ambessa from the Arcane season 1 and 2. I have no idea why I was thinking that she looked like the sister from Enchanto. Maybe I was having a brain for whatever. Anyway, back to the video. I don't know, because every time I look at this Predator, it looks like her. I don't know why. Please don't get upset at me. It just looks like her, for honestly.
Convinced that an 8-foot tall monster whose entire vocabulary consists of and shit happens is the kind of protagonist that audiences are likely to get behind. Also, and this could be just a personal thing, but I'm not sure I want to know more about the predators as a species. I don't really want to know what their society or their homeworld looks like, or how they interact with each other, or what they get up to in their spare time. Much like the xenomorphs, their fascination always lay in their mystique. Yeah, the movies would drop little hints about larger events and a more complex social structure, but we were still mostly kept in the dark about them, and that was unquestionably a good thing. As I've said many times before, questions like this are usually way more interesting and compelling than any answers a filmmaker could give. Just ask Ridley Scott. The attempt to merge this movie with the Alien franchise is another red flag for me, because every time these two IPs have tried to crossbreed, the results have ranged from mediocre slop to painfully bad to downright baffling. The connection here is Thea, a Weyland-Yutani android from an unknown time period in the Alien franchise, who seems to have ended up on the same planet as the big lads.
Right.
Right.
It's too early to tell what her function in the story is or why she's actually here, but I can't shake the horrifying feeling that her presence is laying the groundwork for another Alien vs Predator movie, or God help us, an entire cinematic universe of this crap.
Oh, man.
Oh God! Oh man!
The one point of light at the end of the tunnel here is Dan Trachtenberg, who's pulling writing and directing duties this time around after his work on Prey. That movie might not have been perfect, but it was a decent stab at doing something slightly different with the Predator franchise, and although I think people cut it way more slack than it probably deserved, it was still miles better than the loose collection of lazy callbacks and cheap nostalgia bait that we got in Alien Romulus. The reason I bring all this up is that Prey also suffered from a pretty underwhelming trailer that people were quick to dismiss as a typical Disney girl boss sludge fest, only for the movie itself to turn out way better than expected. So
yeah, because like I've always said this before, like I don't care if the main character is a woman. It's like as long as you make the story great, like do it. Because like that's why I stopped watching movies, or like, well, I mean, I wouldn't say I stopped watching movies in general. It's just like the whole idea of a story is like you gotta have structure, the build up, and the finale. And if you want to create a trailer, you got to have faith in your own work. Because I remember when I used to play Assassin's Creed heavily. I stopped playing the game when it was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And in the game, if you haven't even played it, in the beginning you play as Eivor, but then like there's an accident where like you are being bit by a wolf on the neck, and then like the DNA had spliced your gender in that event. But then in the game it asks you, do you want to be the male version of Eivor, or do you want to be the female version of Eivor? And the directors had said that they had really put a lot of work into the female version of Eivor. But even if you actually choose the male version, there are some dialect that are only restricted towards the female version of Eivor. Like, a lot of the men will prefer you as she and her. And for me, it's just like, if you guys built this thing around a female, why not just only include the female into the game? Because that just goes to show you don't have a lot of faith in your work, and you think that, you know, the people aren't going to be, you know, liking the character. Great example. In the DLC in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, when Odyssey and Valhalla do a crossover, the main character is Cassandra, because like Cassandra is the canon character in the origin story, because a lot of people have played the her brother Alexios, I think. Yeah. But for that, a lot of the people in the community was so pissed off about that scene, because like there's like, okay, I know you gave us a choice, whatever, but like you making Cassandra the canon version of the game, why would you give us the option of choosing her or the brother? Because if you really wanted to show off the story of Alexandra, you must do it, because like we don't even feel any sort of connection to that character, only through the brother. So I mean, again, I know I'm rambling, but like that just kind of goes to show how Prey had happened, because I really do believe they had no faith in that particular movie. But it wasn't the greatest Predator movie, but it was really good. Like, I love the way how the Predator had gradually had hunted like small game into bigger prey, and then like it ended up fighting the Indian chick. I forget her name. It's been a minute since I've actually seen Prey. But as long as you write a great story, you will bring out a great audience.
So I don't want to write Badlands off completely here. It could still turn out to be a decent addition to the franchise, but man, I think it's about time we accepted that we're never going to recapture the magic of the 1987 original, and anything we get now is just a pale imitation of stuff that's already been done far better. But trust me, as long as there's anything remotely left to be milked out of this franchise, Disney will find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and just a heads up that we're down to the last few days on our Kickstarter campaign for Trial by Fire. The response has been absolutely amazing, and we've raised over £250,000 already, and now that we're on the home straight, we're pushing hard to reach as many of our stretch goals as possible. I know everyone's already been super generous, but if you're still thinking about becoming a backer, then now is probably the time to act. As always, the link is in the description, and I'll leave the rest up to you.
Nice.
Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Yeah, I mean, again, is that I do understand what they are doing as far as like not having any faith in their projects, but I would like, and I would prefer if they ended up just doing everything with purpose, and then like having faith in their own work, instead of just like, okay, we gonna like push out this little small thing and then we just go into hope that it might happen. Nah, like if you want a female character, go write it. Is like as long as you write it good, it's all right, honestly. Because like I love a strong female character. Just like in the Arcane series, Vi. Oh, they wrote her down great. They wrote down Jinx great. The other lady with the sniper rifle. Oh, even the captain. She was the mother of the princess who had like the mage powers. Like she was badass too. Like the way they ran those characters, like it was really, really well done. It was well done. And then especially when you actually play the game and then you see the thought process in that show, it's like great. Cause I can imagine her doing this and that, honestly. Instead of just hoping like, okay, we gonna try to push this in and then hopefully something might shake. That's not really the case. So that's my $25 Wait, $25 This makes no sense. Those are my 2 cents on that though, for real, honestly. So again, you guys really enjoyed this reaction today. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're going to react to next. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, my name is Russell, and I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.